Holly, boys, girls, not a technical line in between. Uh, anyways, where we last left off on this what if. Hisashi died, took a couple of vampire hunters with him. The vampire that turned Deku into a vampire clarified that he is not Batman. Also, one more thing that I want to say. Stop posting inappropriate comments. There is one person. Seriously, haven't posted a comment in like 2 months. Then again, same post. I'm not kidding, I will take it down. Over and over again. Anyways, continuing. So, Hazash. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Wrong thing. So, kid, what are you drinking? Cranberry juice. Should we tell him it's vampire blood? And just let him I think it's cranberry juice. Should we give him orange juice later or coffee? Remember, remember the new law? Most children aren't allowed to have coffee. It wires them too much. What does that mean? I'm pretty sure it means they get hyper. Okay. Um. Kid, tomorrow you have to go to school. Oh, come on. Don't worry, you won't be going to your old school. Vampire school. Before you ask, no, it is nothing like Twilight. You'll be learning actual things about vampires. I'm gonna explain the whole vampire ranking system. Or like power-up system. Vampires have to drink a certain amount of blood, but first they need a certain amount of like animal or human blood that are not vampires. Or werewolf blood would suffice. Werewolf blood is the most potent one, besides vampires. You have to get a certain amount of that and then drink some vampire blood. An alternative is just drinking vampire blood straight. Which, let me explain this. If there's a vampire that can't turn into a bat, and there is one. The vampire that can't turn into a bat bites the vampire that can. The vampire that can't turn into a bat drinks the vampire's blood. Now that vampire can turn into a bat as well. Like, they can copy DNA. Well, certain parts of DNA. Those are two ways that they power up. Also, for the ranking system, I have not decided yet. Anyways, continuing. Next day rolls around. Deku drinking coffee. This Coke tastes weird. Still tastes good. As Deku goes to class. As he already knows a little bit about vampires, but not a lot. As they clarify the weaknesses of vampires in the class. Okay, you see the superstition that we're weak towards water, crosses, and garlic. No, we are not. The cross thing, it's just a religious thing. They think we're demons or something. For the water thing, we're not as flamboyant as humans, so we can't swim as well. For the garlic, we just have a strong sense of smell, so it either makes us cry or makes us gag. Now, our actual weaknesses. Sunlight and, dehydration and lack of blood. Lack of blood is essentially starvation. Dehydration will as it says, make our skin burn up more easily. For the whole sunlight thing, we all have very pale skin, as you can tell. So, class, any questions? Yes. What would happen if a human and a vampire made a child? Uh, uh, Give me a minute. I need to consult the textbook. Found it. The human will live or die. They will have one eye red and one eye normal. Or in rare cases, they'll have both eyes red or both eyes normal. Their hair color will not be white unless if they are born into it. This is vague as hell. But let me clarify something. Vampires and humans, we're essentially humans but drink blood and stuff like that. But if we had children, there would be a high chance that the child would die due to lack of blood digested by the carrier if they were human. But if the carrier for the child was a vampire, then that'd be a whole nother story. But it has happened that a female human has given birth to a healthy vampire child. Or human. Or half. Most of the time it's half. Sometimes it's just a regular old human. Sometimes it's a vampire. Kind of like split chance. Like 25% vampire, 25% human. And 50% chance that it will be half human, half vampire. Now, these half vampires will have cravings for blood that they cannot explain. And thus, if they have a quirk, it will probably affect their quirk. And their skin might not be pale, nor their eyes be red like ours. The whole one eye red thing and one eye regular, it's just a random thing. So, any questions? Yes? Wait, never mind. Okay. I don't get paid enough for this shit. Ugh. Class dismissed. It's only been 8 minutes. Well, I feel like dismissing class, so class dismissed. You can go train or whatever. Their tracksuits are the jacket that Deku's wearing. I'm doing that because I think it looks cool. And it would actually make a lot of sense. Because black is easier to cover blood with. Or blood doesn't show as much in the color black. So if they accidentally spill it, it won't be any problem. They're all training using their abilities. Deku walking up to the guy saying, how do I use my abilities? I'm kind of new at this whole vampire thing. Oh, you're the newbie. Well, you see, I have no advice. It comes naturally to us. What do you mean? Our abilities. Like, for example, I could turn into a bat. I can, control blood somewhat. For example, my own blood. As a spike comes out of his hand. Deku's stomach growls. Hungry? Want some? Really? Sure, why not? Okay, that hurts some more than I thought. Is this how humans feel? Essentially. Okay, kid, you're kind of sucking on my arm a bit too much. Sorry. Nice kid. With Deku being able to turn into a bat now, because of what I just explained. I'm tiny. With Deku thinking, this whole blood control thing is a very versatile ability. I had to write in my notebook. Izuku Midori, new ability, turning into bats and controlling blood somewhat. Possible uses for these abilities. Recount for the bat transformation and ability to dodge widespread attacks with minimal damage. For blood control, can control other people's blood and create spikes, killing them. Or possibly controlling their bodies. Like in the show Avatar, The Last Airbender. Did I really just put that in? What's the harm in that being in my notes? Other possible use. Healing. Making the blood condense so no more blood escapes. Or doing the exact opposite. Kid, what were you writing in your notes? My new abilities. Oh, you get the same ones as me? Yes. Now, how do you control blood? It's simple, really. Just imagine the taste of it. And you drinking it. And then you spitting it out. Imagine every single bit of blood. And then imagine it moving and forming into something else. Deku starts floating. I imagine the blood pulling me up. Is this bad? It's good, just don't use it on yourself. You might accidentally cut the float from the blood to your head. Duly noted. Ow. You're a nice guy. Yeah. Nice guy. Isn't what others say. But hey. I'm gonna call the vampire that called himself Batman Dave. Just because I can't think of a better name. And I'm not gonna name him Charles. So, what's up? You're the guy who said you were Batman. What? I didn't say that. Yes, you did. He did the same with our class. Don't worry. Oh, it's you kids. Yeah, sorry about that. We know it was a joke, but still. Come on. I said I was sorry. Also, why is your voice so deep? I drank too much blood, plus there's a little bit of excess thing in the back of my throat. I thought you already hit puberty. Wait, can vampires hit puberty? Duh. Oh. Neat. So. What happens then? Well, your body starts changing. It's a... Okay, we already know what... Okay, we don't. Yeah, let me explain now. Anyway, since it's reaching 15 minutes, that's where I'm going to leave it off. Wolf. Oh god.